Howdy doody everybody, today we are talking about Battlefield 2042 and it's going to be a good one because last week we were invited by DICE to check out the game and learn a couple more details, and I'm here with Paradise, who was also there.
Back. I love Battlefield so much. 2142 was my dream, but we're so close to 2042. And we got a lot to talk about. We know a fair few bits of details about the things that they kind of tease in this trailer.
Yeah, so we're going to go through them. We're going to watch the trailer with you guys and you guys can get our impressions and reactions. Plus, we'll give you the lowdown on the things that we learn as we watch through. So let's get into the trailer now and jump in. There are things and stuff that happen in this trailer. This is a high octane trailer. Let's just pause and just stop here, right? So the first thing, 128 players. That is up from the 64 players that we usually have. Hopefully the tick rate in the servers are good. They haven't actually told us what the tick rate is going to be, so hopefully they have some excellent tick rate, or maybe somebody out there knows and they've dropped that into interview at a later date. But yes,
I feel like they know what they're doing at this point. They better have a good tick rate, you know? But yeah. Also, with that 128 players, bigger maps, and we know the maps are pretty big, so...
Huge. They've got a splash reel of everything happening at the beginning of this, and there's so much action that happens.
Attention all squads. The Russian troops are falling back.
The maps just look so beautiful in this.
Look how small the people are.
Let's just go back and see
just little
how small the people are. Kind of just shows you the scale.
Attention all squads. The Russian troops are
that stadium is massive.
Falling back.
Look at little Jimmy out there. Little Jimmy's just chilling. Oh my gosh.
I love seeing the jets are back. Attack helicopters.
Attack helicopters are back. We need to talk about the attack helicopters because if anyone has played Siege on Shanghai from Battlefield 4, the attack helicopters were so prevalent and so strong in that, and I've got to say, myself, I was definitely somebody that was in those attack helicopters just destroying things. I don't know about you. Did you really use the helicopters?
Attack choppers. If it wasn't taken, I'm yoinking it basically. But I also loved the jets. I played so much of the jets in Battlefield 3, and there's something so cool about jets in Battlefield. They give you a lot of freedom. Obviously with you get an extended skybox almost when you're in the jets, and you can actually do a lot of cool moves. So I'm really excited to see how they feel when you actually play them.
Yeah, they said that within this game, and when you're playing in the jets and the vehicles and the aerial vehicles, that they've tried to remove that kind of fishbowl aspect of the game, where if you're flying in your aircraft, you always felt like you're kind of swinging around the same kind of area and just going in for a dive bomb on the same location. So I want to see how they've remedied that. They've obviously made larger maps with more distinct points that you can kind of focus on and spread them out. So in Conquest, at least, we should be getting a bit more dynamicness and variety in terms of bombing runs and hitting that target. This is it!
Guns, grapple hook, Pathfinder out here.
And the takedowns are back as well. Let's go back and just take a peek at this as well. So, if we stop here, people are saying that it doesn't look like you can control this, but I can't see a way that the way that he's facing that he would be able to land on that top platform if he didn't have some type of control here. So yeah, what do you think of this grappling hook and this grappling
I think
hook
it
mechanic?
really looks like it's playing a bit like Pathfinder from Apex. Yeah. And I played a lot of Pathfinder in Apex. I don't think you're going to be doing crazy things like you would with Pathfinder, where you latch onto something and you sort of slingshot yourself. You can go around corners and do crazy stuff with Pathfinder. That's the way that Apex plays. Whereas I think Battlefield is going to be that same thing but toned down, right? So you can see that he's got good range on it to reach the top of the crane. He pulls him all the way up, and then I'm guessing he's got a lot of control on when he's coming back down to really stick the landing, you know?
Yeah. I was trying to see if we can play it back in slow motion, but I don't know the menus on this program. But there's people standing here. There's this dude just sitting here, just chilling, sniping people off in the distance. I don't know how this person was up on the crane with them, but they just obviously done this all for action. But like the takedowns in this look great as well. I hope there's a load of different ones. I know that in Battlefield there was some really like unique ones that you can get if you trigger some really cool like conditions there as well.
I love snatching people's dog tags.
Yeah. Whoa! This is another
so
key port.
Good.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of Levolution in this game. I'm so glad that Levolution is back. If you've ever experienced Levolution, I feel like while it is a novelty to have on certain maps, it just creates a dynamic sense of the map as well. So what was your favorite Levolution? Have you had a favorite one?
I think my favorite is it's a bittersweet relationship with the skyscraper that falls down and how it like completely changes the capture point. Although I much prefer the map before it breaks down, I like going in the elevators, fighting at the top. You got attack choppers like shooting at people inside. I like that how much it changes the map, right? And I think that that's what they're going more for in this, like more impactful evolutions. Like obviously the sandstorm is going to affect the entire map. The tornadoes are gonna affect like at least a big part of the map as they just plow through it, right? So that was probably my favorite. But here you can just see the scale of the map, right? Look how small the stadium looks down there, and we just saw how humongous that was.
We could even see like some people down there running, and they're like literal specks. Like you cannot even see them. Man, like I can't even read their names, but they're down there. They're 600 and 300 distance meters away, I guess, away from us. And one of the other things to talk about here is that a load of the zones are split up in a way where if you've captured a point, you can capture subsections within that point as well. So the enemy has to take like A1 through to A5, and if they have A1, they're able to spawn there. So you don't have these situations where there's a map way out on the edge of the map, on the edge of the map, and you're not able to kind of get a foothold in there because the enemy has a strong presence on that point. You're able to get a presence on one of the points, and then your team's got a foothold and they can continually spawn there. But obviously it's going to be harder for you to get the whole section because they have the enemy team has a lot more selection of where they can spawn within that kind of subsection as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, just to recap that, so like points are split into territories, and majority of territories are like when you can drain the enemy's flags, basically.
Yeah. So again, here we're seeing a new thing, which is that you can call in all of your vehicles and you can kind of do it at a drop of the hat. I think it's going to be a point-based system. They haven't told us exactly what it's essentially going to be, but anybody can call in vehicles anywhere. So they gave an example, a really cool example of you can call it in on an enemy sniper, like perched up somewhere, like a tank or something, and just like drop it on them and just like clobber them or whatever. I'm totally going to do that to you, Paradise.
I'm totally just going to look up and press E and just shoot you with the tank.
No!
They did say though, when you call in the vehicles, you pull out a tablet, right? And you like, you press a few buttons on the tablet and it calls it in on where you're looking at. And they said that you can do it anywhere on the map, and if you look at the minimap right now, we're in a red area, we're in an enemy territory, and we're still calling in a tank here in the trailer, so you can literally be like at the edge of the map in the enemy zone, call in a tank or a quad bike or whatever it is, and then off you go back to the next point.
Yeah. So we're in the vehicles now, and one of the cool things that they've also added to vehicles, or kind of polished in vehicles, should I say, is that there's going to be a lot less like dead weight seats in the vehicle. So every seat should have a use for you to kind of go through. But what were some of the examples that they used?
They said if you're used to playing the older Battlefields, often you're in a freaking vehicle and you're just looking at a window and you're just waiting to get there. But those seats that were otherwise unfunctional are going to have things like turrets, guns, anti-air seats, maybe even there's like defensive seats to like pop smokes or flares or something, but every seat will be usable and will have a purpose, which is really nice because it sucks so much when you're in that window seat and you can't do anything.
Yeah. Obviously here we can see that the spotter seat is available, so we've got the spotter, we've got the back gunner, we've got the top gunner, and we've obviously got the main controller running around and controlling this tank, and it looks devastating. Look at the explosions in the background, it looks amazing.
And we're in the Levolution here. The sandstorms come over. Everything's a bit more red. You can't see as far away.
It's pure action and chaos, man. The jets just flying through. I think that's the most satisfying thing. And then here's one of the money shots, should I say. Into a tornado that's coming in and ripping up things. Yep. This is a key point to talk about.
So
this is huge.
As you can see here, they've got this change on the fly attachment system. What was it? There was a name for it, right?
Plus system, because it looks like a plus, I guess.
But there it is, and this is so cool. You know, 1 minute you're indoors, your CQB, you need your red dot, you need your silencer or whatever it is you need. Next minute you're outside, it's all open, people are sniping, you need to get your ACOG out, and you need your foregrip for a bit more accuracy. And you can do that now without having to just like completely suicide respawn, you know? Now, we were talking about this a lot earlier on, about what are the possibilities with this, because think about it. You're in a gunfight with a guy, you just unloaded your magazine. Can you just quickly switch to another magazine and you just instant reload it and just continue shooting? Can you just quickly throw on a grenade launcher, shoot them with a noob tube, then swap back to a foregrip? Because that would be kind of insane and maybe a little bit overpowered, right? So I do wonder what the freedom and what the limitations of this system are.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this and how they're going to balance it, because I can think of like some crazy situations where you're like changing attachments and doing whatever. If there's any crazy situations where you feel like you can use this as a positive and where it's going to be a negative, I want to hear what you guys have to say. So definitely let us know. And the chaos ensues as well. I don't know who's going to the roof when there's like a big tornado.
Whoa! That battlefield
the memes! Yeah, they said that most of the skyscrapers are enterable on this map, and that you can go to the top of the roofs. You can take the lifts to the top, and you can zip line around because they've got like a bunch of zip lines that are connected as well, which is huge. I feel like it's just going to add to the aspect of verticality as one point, and the fact that you feel like you can get most places rather than having to go down just to go back up. You can go across and the kind of assault places as well.
Right here is one of my favourite moments. Squadding up, jumping in the chopper, you've got two guys on the miniguns, someone's flying. That is what Battlefield is. With all your friends going in the chopper. You got in the old games you had the engineer guy in the back with the wrench just repairing you as you're flying. Oh, good memories.
This is definitely good memories, and I can't wait to see like what the different vehicle types are and like how powerful this is, because we basically used to do this in one of the other choppers, but it wasn't as like cool in the choppers that we had in like Battlefield 4, because they had like the kind of restricted view lines, so you couldn't like move the gun around. But in this one, it looks like you can move those guns where the pilot is facing firstly, and then you kind of got like a wide range to move it around essentially.
And this is exciting. I can't wait to see what this feels like when you're flying the wingsuit, you know?
You're gonna be beaming it to points. The tuk-tuk is gone. The tornado just seems like chaos. The vehicle's getting dragged.
Guys floating around in the sky.
Guys floating around. Let me just go back a little bit to the tornado so you guys can learn about something. So basically, they're saying that it can pick up the vehicles and throw them around, and there's been aspects of them testing and the vehicles actually flying into people or enemies just at some really convenient points as well. So we're going to get that kind of really good sandbox where just dynamic stuff can happen as well. If you've got any crazy stories about stuff that's happened in previous like Battlefield games, then let us know, because yeah, there's just been some crazy stuff happening in the previous game, so it's just going to be dialed up to 100. This is Levolution. This is exactly what I want.
I'm really hoping it is like random. Like it spawns or comes in different locations every match, so you never know where it's going to hit.
Yeah. So let's stop on this map as well, because they said that there's something kind of secret about this boat or something, or there was like a hidden detail. I wouldn't know if it's like a secret like Easter egg or anything, but a hidden detail about the map. What was it again, Paradise?
Yeah, so first of all, we saw on the previous trailer that the side of the ship can be like shot open, so it's kind of like a miniature Levolution, right? It opens up the ship, and apparently inside is some kind of nuclear submarine. And whether or not that means you're going to be setting off a nuke, or it's just a capture point, or whatever it is, there's some kind of nuclear sub in there, and I'm hoping it's going to do something cool. So,
if that's a Levolution on that stage, and there's just a nuke going off, and it's like a wasteland, like afterwards, that would be nutty. Yeah, let's stop here because there's some additional details that we may have missed if we go through it quite quickly. So right here we see someone with like a riot shield. So I don't know if this is another specialist person or if we can get it as a gadget, because it seems like most games are adding riot shields as gadgets. Mm-hmm. And in the background you can see some deployable cover, just like you kind of get in Modern Warfare, where this person on the top left is using some deployable cover there, which is going to change a couple of the fights in Battlefield. I don't see it using making that much of an impact. Hopefully it's got like some other aspect, because people will just throw grenades near you or just do a complete madness. One of the other things that I've learned is that any class can equip the medic med pack or the ammo crates. So
whoa, that is huge. Sometimes I would only play support for the ammo crate, and I'd be stuck with all the other support
exactly.
Stuff. So that's freaking awesome. I love always having the ammo box.
Cool. So hopefully that means that there's more people putting them down and more people putting down the med stuff to help. This is Paradise's favorite Levolution.
Elon's going to Mars. SpaceX launching up. Yeah, so this is another Levolution. This is the one that I'm most excited to see exactly what it does, because at first glance it looks like it's just like filling the area with smoke, but apparently there's some kind of failure state, or there's a chance that sometimes the rocket launch goes wrong and can blow up, and then I'm guessing there's going to be like, huge explosion, maybe like some kind of map changing event where it like crashes down, makes a big crater or something like that could happen. I also wonder how the rocket launches. Is it just at a random point in the match? Does someone have to like go into the tower and like activate the launch sequence or something like that? So there's a lot that we can still learn about it, but I'm very excited.
It was 100% Vlad. Like Vlad was up to some suspect things. Look at Vlad up there near the tower. He's definitely the one that tried to. He's living his life recklessly, and he's letting off rockets.
I want to know if you can grab all the contents, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to space. We're going to space.
I'm so glad we got 2042, or we didn't get some more horse riding stuff.
Well, as you can see, that was the trailer. The trailer, I personally thought it was very good. I think it's I'm very much looking forward to the final game. We'll be covering this game more so, probably on a weekly basis, as up until the lead up to launch, as we do with most games in general and games that we're excited for. We're gonna see them on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You guys have been smashing it out here. We are over 17,000, and I want more people that are interested in shooters to subscribe to the channel, because I love shooters myself, and Paradise loves shooters as well. So the more people that. It's in our blood. Battlefield, all of them. We just love them as well. So we will definitely be playing them. If there's any other games that you guys think that we should cover on the channel, let us know in the comment section down below. And there's going to be more information coming out on the 22nd of July. They said that they're going to tease a new mode, and there's going to be more modes on the lead up to launch, because we haven't even found out about Hazard Zone, which is their kind of high intensity mode. They're hyping it up. They're trying to say it's not BR, but it is BR. So we're interested to see how that all pans out. Paradise, do you have any videos going out today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Back 4 Blood, which, if you haven't heard of it, is basically the new up-and-coming Left 4 Dead like equivalent, and it looks really cool. And I love my zombies, I love my shooter games, and it's all of that combined.
Cool. So we'll check in with you guys as soon as possible with our next video. Check out the other videos on my channel if you haven't. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.